Stadium for one of basketball's greatest rivalries. Carolina, the heart of the ACC, and tonight, number 2 North Carolina faces the Blue Devils of Duke. Good evening, everybody. Mike Patrick and Dick Vitale. It's great to have you with us. Even with Wallace and Stackhouse, the great players inside at the beginning of the season, North Carolina looked vulnerable. Now with the balance and the outside shooting, I don't know.
Hey, Mike, you know, you mentioned Wallace and Stackhouse. They're averaging about 40 points between them, the dynamic duo. But everybody was screaming, no depth. All I know is they're 16-1, and they would have been 17-0 if they had Dante Calabria against North Carolina State. They do a balance and three-point shooting. Calabria's leading the nation. 60% from three-point range. When you can combine balance and great shooting, you got a chance to win, baby.
Duke is 0-7 in the ACC, and Dick, they look like they're a team that really doesn't believe they're going to win.
Well, Mike, right now, psychologically, they need a W badly in the conference. And what better way to get the juices flowing and to get your adrenaline going than to beat one of America's best teams and your neighbor down the road. They need a W here tonight psychologically.
Duke and North Carolina, 2 of the most successful programs in the history of college basketball. Ironic that they are separated by a mere 8 miles of Carolina pine. John Neighbor is the host of our greatest college rivalry series. He joins us tonight with more on the face-to-face meetings between these schools. John?
Thanks a lot, Mike. Dick, you know, as close as these schools are geographically, they see each other as poles apart. UNC, large public school, all their students hail predominantly from the state, go on to become leaders in the local establishment. Duke, small, private, recruits from out of state and boasts a lot about their academic standing. So depending on how you look at it, out on the hardwood is a bunch of rebel good old boys from the south or Yankee carpetbaggers from the north. No surprise, it's a great rivalry. Students here at Duke many times erect tent villages outside the stadium 2 weeks before the game so that they're first in line to get those very rare and hard to find tickets in the student cheering section. Because it is such a great rivalry, in the last 25 times these two teams have met, the series is almost tied. UNC leads 13-12. Coach Dean Smith set all sorts of coaching records, but in this one category, he's batting under 500, and that's wins here at the Cameron Indoor Stadium. Can this game live up to some of the greats of the past? Well, you decide. In 1974, the day, March 2, Duke at North Carolina, Dean Smith had to lead his team from 8 points back with only 17 seconds on the clock.
They do inbounds the ball successfully the first time to their best foul shooter, which was smart on Duke's part. And yet their best foul shooter went down and missed, and we used our last timeout and knew we had to go the length of the floor. And it was really set for Bobby Jones to be a decoy to go long and for Walter to set the screen and go, and he could have had a shot, you know, like 20 feet, and that's where it was supposed to be. Instead, he came too wide and then lucked one in off the backboard.
Kupchak will make the long front-court pass. Gets it to Walter Davis. 2-1. Walter takes the shot. It goes!
After Walter Davis tied the score in regulation, Carolina went on to win 96-92 in overtime.
A funny thing happened the next day in practice. I had him try that same shot, and he didn't draw iron.
9,314 on hand at Cameron Indoor Stadium in Durham. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both ball clubs. For North Carolina, under Dean Smith, Jerry Stackhouse, Dante Calabria, Rasheed Wallace, Jeff McGinnis, and Donald Williams.
It's going to be interesting, Mike, to see who they play on Stackhouse. Will it be Cherokee Parks? I think it will be. And if it is, I think Carolina will attack Parks.
Pete Gaudette, the interim coach for Duke, with Mike Krzyzewski, Cherokee Parks, Ricky Price, Eric Meek, Jeff Cable, and Trajan Langdon.
Cherokee Parks has had a big year despite the team really struggling. He's been solid as a scorer and as a defender.
The Cameron Crazies are up. The first time Duke has been out of the national polls to play North Carolina in 11 years.
Like 5 times in the last decade, Duke has been #1 in the nation.
controls the ball, and McGinnis with the basketball, second in the ACC, 6 assists a ball game.
Parks is playing Stackhouse.
Backdoor to Williams, and he just ran away from the defense. Trajan Langdon left him 10 feet away.
Lack of communication. Nobody guarded him. Williams got an easy deuce.
And that's been one of the problems for Duke. People have shot very well against them because their defense is not what it used to be.
And I really think that's a problem with young players making the transition to college.
Langdon got inside, dumps it back out. Cherokee Parks, he has great range on his shot.
He can really stroke the jump shot. That's why he'll be an excellent power forward at the NBA level. He can step out and he can really tickle the twine.
Duke in a very aggressive man-to-man.
I would attack right now Parks. I'd get the ball to Stackhouse and let him attack Parks.
Nearly the steal. Capel got a hand on it.
Like, I really think it's important, even though they're at home, they got to get a big lead. This crowd wants it badly. I mean, they're excited. They really know they need this psychologically.
Their lack of confidence has been apparent during this 0-7 ACC stretch.
Especially late in games. They don't believe, as you said earlier, that they can win down the stretch.
Well, they blew a 40-19 lead against Virginia. That'll do it to you.
I did that game.
Capel with only 2 on the shot clock scored.
Where's the defense? It's like man
It isn't there.
It's unbelievable. 2 easy layups.
Excuse me, I called him Capel. It's McGinnis. Opposite fives. This is Capel.
McGinnis is such a tough defensive player as well. He really plays the ball exceptionally well.
And the North Carolina guards have really improved since the start of the season. Their shooting has been much better. Parks cleared by Wallace.
Big-time rebounder. North Carolina runs that sideline transition game. Love to shoot the 3. Second in the nation at 44% from three-point range.
Stackhouse trying to take him one-on-one and blows right by Cherokee Parks.
I don't think Cherokee can handle him because of quickness. I think he's too quick with his first step.
6-2 Carolina. McGinnis on Capel. McGinnis, a tremendous defensive player. Ricky Price had it stripped, knocked away by Calabria, picked up by McGinnis.
Stackhouse out in transition. Oh, nice ball reversal.
Donald Williams.
That's the way you swing the ball. You make the extra pass, you reverse it. Donald Williams made a big shot, Mike, when they beat Wake Forest late in that game.
And Donald Williams has his shooting touch back, hitting more than 40% of his threes. It's 9-2 Carolina.
Not the way that Dukies wanted to start this baby.
No, they needed a 9-2 lead.
Exactly.
Price has to throw it away, tipped by North Carolina.
Peter
16 on the shot clock.
Coach Gaudet taking over from Mike Krzyzewski, has been an assistant here for 12 years.
Capel fouled on the way in by McGinnis. That'll be 1 on McGinnis.
Your heart's got to go out to a guy like Peter Gaudet. He wakes all his life. He gets an opportunity here. What a tough pressure cooker. And they really missed that kid, Grant Hill. I'll tell you something. We talk about Grant Hill. He made everybody else better. His presence on the court.
Parks can't handle the inbounds pass and has to tip it out of bounds. The turnover gives it back to North Carolina.
There's certain players you just can't replace, and Grant Hill is one of them. So look at this right now. Parks is playing off Stackhouse. He's going to make him shoot the perimeter shot.
Wallace guarded by Meek.
North Carolina really inverts their players, brings their big people out.
Stackhouse got caught up in the air and ends up traveling. Good defense by Cherokee Parks that time. And Stackhouse may have been hit in the face.
That's the one situation that could be a nightmare for North Carolina. They cannot afford to lose one of their starters. You saw what happened when they played without Calabria. There's the contact on Stackhouse. They played without Calabria against NC State. That was their only loss.
Number 45, Serge Swickert.
Stackhouse is going to get a rest, and Serge Swickert is going to check into the ball game for the first time.
There's Stackhouse, little one-on-one maneuver. Well, there's the reach-in right there. I believe it was it Langdon that reached in or Price?
Poke in the eye. Capel has played well the last couple of games, but has his pocket picked here. 5-on-2 break. Williams, another 3. It's 12-2.
What a big-time scorer. He had that big series when they won the national championship. They get a TO, baby. and the Carolina fans go bananas. They're going wild down at the Dean Smith Center, too. They got a bunch down here, Mike.
12-2 Tar Heels. We'd like to welcome back our ESPN2 viewers and our ESPN viewers who join us now. It's 12-2 North Carolina. Let's check in with our host of great college rivalry series, John Neighbor. John?
Thanks a lot, Mike. Sure, the guns are blazing for the Tar Heels, but you know, outside of their basketball program, they're also pretty proud of the graduates that hail from that university. Let's take a look at just a short list, if you will. Andy Griffith, Mayberry RFD fame. He's one from class of 49. Senator Sam Ervin presided over the Watergate hearings out of class of 17. Nancy Hogshead, a Duke graduate, gold medalist in '84, and the first woman elected to the Duke Athletic Hall of Fame. She also, I happen to know, is a very big Duke basketball fan. Back to you, Mike.
All right, John, this is a crucial point in the game for Duke. I think they burned a timeout. They need to get a good play off this timeout.
Dean Smith goes to a change defensively to the 2-3. Hey, Carolina's 5 for 5. They haven't missed yet, Mike. They're on fire. What an outstanding starting five, and they play so well together. They're unselfish. They play as a unit.
Langdon for three, won't go.
Langdon had a big spurt against Maryland. They took the Terps down to the buzzer. It was a 2-point game. Maryland pulled it out.
Had a chance to win at the end if it hadn't been for the block from Joe Smith. Wallace leaning in against Meek. They still haven't missed. It's 14-2.
And they're 2 for 2 from three-point range as well. They hurt you so many places on the floor. They have so many weapons. 5 guys scored in double figures.
Meek. Nice pass by Parks.
Yes, good high-low entry. Got it to Parks up on top. Faked the jump shot, dumped it down. And Meek with that strong move on the interior.
I know it's really early, but Duke needs some defense, and that wasn't it.
They ran a little back screen. They throw the diagonal pass. What execution North Carolina is getting. They're perfect right now. Their offensive efficiency is unbelievable.
Well, perfect is unbelievable.
They're like 7 for 7, right? It's incredible. 7 for 7.
Lean in by Langdon. Nice shot for the freshman from Anchorage, Alaska. 16-6.
Somebody tell them they're on a road? They're not supposed to be familiar with this place.
Donald Williams has 10 points. Meek got his own rebound, and he's pushed.
I'll tell you one thing about Eric Meek. You talk about heart, you talk about tenacity. He plays so hard. But what a special environment. This is the #1 environment in all of college basketball.
For those of us watching on ESPN, we'll return you to our studio. That foul was on Rasheed Wallace, his first non-shooting foul. Wojciechowski checks in for the first time.
Good ball handler, point guard, distributor. He sets the table.
The joke is that Mike Krzyzewski wanted to sign him so he'd have somebody else whose name is hard to pronounce.
Or he can't spell. I name a fan out there. I think you said it wrong. I dare you to be able to spell Krzyzewski and Wojciechowski. Oh, they're awesome tonight, baby, with a capital A. Yes, the mighty blue. The Heels are on fire. Somebody call up the fire chief. Put out the fire.
North Carolina has not missed a shot. Cherokee Parks got the bucket and the foul on Wallace.
Cherokee, you talk about somebody that has to be frustrated, Mike. It's his senior year. He steps up into the #1 option. Grant Hill moves on, and here they are 0-7. But they're not 0-7 because of this guy. Look at him fighting. Look at him scrapping. Look at him clawing. And he puts it on the glass.
And immediately Dean Smith gets Wallace back to the bench with 2 personals. And Parks will try to complete the 3-point play and does.
Now they really got to attack inside. Serge Zwicker, great effort, but certainly doesn't have quality experience.
When the other team is 10 for 10, it says something about your defense, doesn't it?
Or it says something about the other team's offense.
Maybe both.
Combination.
Calabria. Uh-oh, somebody missed.
And the guy that missed is leading the nation in 3-point shooting.
Calabria hitting an incredible 60% from three-point range.
Do you think they missed him a little bit against North Carolina State? 9 for 10, 4 for 8. Take a look at these percentages. You don't have to be a mathematical genius. I'm a dummy, Mike, and I know that's 90% and 50%.
Last foul was on Wojciechowski trying to get the steal. Capel against Williams now in the man-to-man. Here's another three buried by Stackhouse.
Stackhouse has really improved his range. One of the premier players in all of America. Averaging 20 points a game.
And only 4 players since 78 have averaged 20 a game for Dean Smith.
And I know one for sure.
Langdon with a miss. The tip won't go by Meek. He still fights, but Stackhouse comes out with it.
Stackhouse is like a man up on the glass. Look at the smart play by McGinnis. That's just intelligent basketball.
Oh, look at Stackhouse fouled on the way in, no basket.
That's an NBA triple threat move. What a great first step. Hey, look at the guys, Mike. You talked about Phil Ford, tremendous point guard. Michael the Magnificent, Brad Daugherty, and Hubert Davis joined Jerry Stackhouse. 5 guys under Dean Smith since 1970-71.
Foul was on Cherokee Parks, pushing his first. Capel with a tough shot from the baseline. Parks with a McGinnis.
Well, you got Capel and McGinnis. You're seeing 5s.
Both number 5, both wear blue.
And we got the worst seats in all of basketball where we're sitting tonight. I'm embarrassed to tell them where we're sitting, Mike. The furthest corner to the right up on top.
It's the oddest angle I've ever seen.
Oh!
Collins comes in. He has not played well, has not shot well, and throws that one away.
I really think he got hurt by missing all that practice time because of the foot fracture, and that really hurt him.
There we are.
Hey, we're way up here, people. Look at us. Hey, somebody help. Hey, they can't. Well, Mike, where are we? Look at this. Oh, you know what? I'd go.
The game's down there somewhere.
This is the deuce, though, baby. This is the deuce.
4 North Carolina, or Duke turnovers, 1 for Carolina. Tip won't go on the miss by Williams, and here come Duke.
Duke really doesn't have a lot of athletic speed, where they got guys that can run and jump. Ricky Price is one that can do that, the freshman. He hasn't really recovered from that ankle injury. Physically he has, but he hasn't really recovered in terms of his game and his skills back again. Mentally, I really believe that set him back.
Well, freshmen need all the time they can get, and with those injuries, it doesn't help.
There goes the high-low series.
Meek against Swicker. Swicker with the defense and the rebound.
That's a good effort by Swicker.
Stackhouse.
Oh, America, are you serious? That is a super. Look at him squatting. Look at him dancing. Jerry Stackhouse. He's incredible. He's awesome. He's ramming, he's jamming, and he's slamming. There it goes. Ram, jam, slam. Bam. What a play, Mike. Look at this, America. A reverse one-hand slam. Was that Jordan-esque? Is that
Yes, it was.
Jordan-esque?
Jordan-esque.
Jordan-esque. Oh, help me out, Mike. Jordan-esque.
Tell you what, it takes a lot of courage to mention anybody else's name with that of Michael Jordan, but he shows some flashes, doesn't he?
He does show some flashes.
26-9, North Carolina over Duke.
We're back, 11:33 left in the half. The score 26-9. The Tar Heels lead the Blue Devils. I'm here with Herb Neubauer, who's the self-proclaimed #1 fan of the Blue Devils. This has got to be pretty tough for you to watch.
It's a tough night already, but we've dug ourselves a little hole and we'll have to work hard to get out of it. Carolina's got a good team.
Why is the North Carolina squad always the big rivalry of the year?
Well, I think you got the 2 best schools around in college basketball, and they're so close together, and they're just both very competitive and want to be the best.
Little story, you're a big collector. This is Coach K with his daughter, Coach K's daughter wearing your lucky hat. What happened to the hat?
The hat went up in smoke in a fire I had. I lost all my Duke memorabilia in December, and since then it's been tough sledding for this Duke team, but hopefully at night we're going to come back.
Well, they might need a new hat right now. We'll go back to Mike and Dick.
John, what does that say when your lucky hat burns up?
Uh-oh.
That's bad news.
I demonstrated for John today my breaststroke. He said it wasn't too cool. State of basketball.
Collins. Been the story of his year. Cherokee Parks battling inside.
And that's been the story of his year. Tremendous effort. He has had a really outstanding senior campaign.
You can't hang any of the losing on Parks. He's been tremendous. Knocks this one away.
All they're asking him to do, Mike, is go inside and get about 25 and guard Jerry Stackhouse.
And not getting any more foul trouble. He has 2. Collins, by the way, has hit 6 of 41 3-point shots.
And he's such a better shooter than that. His confidence is so down.
As a freshman, he hit nearly 44%. He was a great shooter.
Comes from a great family. His dad, Doug, mom, great people.
Nearly the steal. Good defense by Capel.
Here comes the execution of Carolina. High screen and roll, reverse the basketball, 1-on-1 up on top.
Stackhouse misses one. Meek with a rebound. Swickert knocked it
Look at Swickert. Look at Swickert. Hey, he knows John Neighbors here, so he tried to show a little diving move. There's Michelangelo. Dean Smith won a few games in his career. Pulled out.
Creeping ever closer to Adolph Rupp.
He pulled out another magical one, as you've seen so many, as you told me today, driving over here. I mean, he was like down 10 late in the game against Wake Forest.
I didn't think there was any way, Dick.
He found a way.
Capel with the double team. Great pass. Collins with a pump fake and drew the foul. Nice, smart play by Collins.
They did a good job attacking the half-court trap. North Carolina rotates into that trap, susceptible to a diagonal pass.
Stackhouse picks up the personal, his first, the 4th on the team.
You're going to not find better combinations than a Stackhouse and Wallace. You look at Corliss Williamson, certainly, and Scotty Thurman have the potential to be there. Marcus Camby up pass for Lou Rowe. But these two really stand out big time.
You know, the crowd here is really doing its part. They're hanging in there.
Oh, they hung in here early in the evening. I mean, they were really fired up. They're trying to be the 6th man, but they need a little help from the team.
26-13, Carolina.
I don't believe Carolina's capable of playing any better than they played in the first 4 minutes. I mean, they were just brilliant.
Loose ball. Collins behind the back pass.
Don't need that.
Why do you throw a behind the back pass when you're trying to cut into a 13-point lead?
Yeah, he doesn't need that. He knows it. There's no one more embarrassed than Collins. There's Peter Gaudette, former head coach at West Point, coached on the high school ranks.
That's the 5th turnover against Duke. Great pass. Calabria lays it in.
Calabria with that nice cut without the ball.
Excuse me, that's Landry.
Was that Landry? Oh, yeah.
Here's
Landry. People excuse us from where we're sitting. We are far away.
Price back in the ball game, goes to the baseline and hits the jumper.
That's the kid that has to step it up. His dad told me tonight, tell those people out there, I think my son might be a little unhappy, forget about it. He said he loves Duke.
He's one of those guys that can get his own shot.
Yeah, he's an athlete. He's a runner, a jumper. He's got great quickness. North Carolina moves so well without the basketball. They have a lot of motion. Run a down screen for Calabria.
Shot clock at 7.
They get us a little 1-on-1 look for penetration to dump it off.
He does. Calabria caught in the lane. Had to force it up at the end. Wallace got it back.
There's that reversal.
Stackhouse for 3. It's blocked. And that's great.
Newton from out of Canada with the block shot.
To Meek. Blocked, knocked out of bounds, out to Duke.
Had a poor angle on that shot. Never was able to square his body and get a look at the glass.
The National Hockey League continues on ESPN2 Saturday at 7:30. The 1994 Stanley Cup champion Islanders travel to Montreal to face off against the Canadiens. That's on the Deuce Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Hope you'll join us for that one.
What great talent in this league. When you think of individual talent, what about the job Travis Best has been doing since James Forrest is out? In the 2 wins by Georgia Tech, Mike, he has put 55 points on the board. Then you talk about a Randolph Childress, a Tim Duncan. Talking to Billy Packard today, he absolutely loves Tim Duncan. He's only 18 years of age, and what a star he has become. You saw Joe Smith last night.
Remarkable.
Was he unreal? He had 21 rebounds, didn't he?
21 boards.
Wow. And 29 points.
Yes. He is just a remarkable player, and this league is loaded with him this year. There's one of them, Rasheed Wallace. When he gets ready to dunk the basketball, I'd get about 10 feet away.
There's that 2-3 zone. What a great job Gary Williams has done to bring back his alma mater. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
28-15. Capel tries to hit the three from the corner and can't. McGinnis, who has played so well for Carolina.
Duke's got to get this down under 10 at halftime to have any kind of mental attitude to believe they can win. North Carolina getting some good minutes out of Swinton. Just laid a nice horizontal screen.
Calabria having a tough time getting rid of it. Williams with a running hook. The rebound to Greg Newton, the 6'11 sophomore.
Newton playing with a lot of intensity.
Capel left alone for the three. Meek, or excuse me, kept alive. The follow was Ricky Price, and it was kept alive by Parks.
They're really waiting for Ricky Price to start to really step up and become what they think he can. He's got great bounce off the floor. Played great against Connecticut earlier this year.
28-17. The lead's been cut to 11.
Shows you how tough this conference is. Think about it. Duke is 0-7 in the ACC.
Greg Newton got that last foul. That's his first. We have 7:47 to go, first half. North Carolina by 11.
Mike, this is the one young player as Carolina with that 11-point lead who I think has a chance to be a star. Ricky Price right here, number 3. He's got the tremendous legs. He's got the great lift. He's explosive. An outstanding high school player. Some thought the best senior in high school last year in the state of California. I'd play him 35 minutes and up, but then again, I'm not coaching. I should look a little summary right here.
Carolina shooting 65% after starting 9 for 9. Duke has turned it over 5 times in this game. They try the backdoor lob to Wallace. Out of bounds to Duke.
Duke did a great job defending that play. Rasheed a little upset with the call. They like it, the Dukies.
And Duke has certainly played better defense in the last 5-6 minutes.
Newton's been very active inside.
Newton will take a 17-footer, won't hit it.
He's under a little extra pressure, having a little problems academically, according to all the papers. His status is going up in front of a board, involving a possibility of a little problem with I guess it was a term paper.
Wallace, look out. And fouled by Newton.
Rasheed Wallace with great inside position.
There's no sense trying to block that. Your arm may go in the basket with the ball.
There's the lob. Then he holds his ground, gets inside, jams it. I see so much of Alonzo Mourning and Wallace.
Wallace has 8 points. He's hit all 4 shots from the floor. 30-17. But he missed the free throw.
Let's do it with that rebound. What was the status with Newton again? It involved the turn paper, did it not?
He was found guilty of academic dishonesty.
Ooh,
that
wow.
is being appealed.
Wow, let's hope that works out for him, but it didn't happen.
Capel looking inside. Langdon.
Oh, nice pass. Wait, look. Newton with the jam. He's playing hard, and Cherokee, the Chief, delivers the rock to another big guy.
Very unselfish play and sets Newton up for the layup.
Duke has really picked up their game here. As that defense, they got to reach down, got to have a little pride. Can't let them humiliate you on your own living room floor.
Still, Carolina leads by 11. McGinnis, double team.
Carolina usually attacks that double team well. They reverse the ball and get it away from the traps.
Shot clock at 5. McGinnis for 3.
And Ricky Price missed him up the sideline. Capel missed him.
Price tries to go baseline. Tough shot. Offensive foul on Price.
Little one-on-one maneuver. Price on the wing. Jeff Capel's the guy, as you said, has been playing a lot better lately. He's had some big days shooting the basketball. He came on strong last year in a run to the national championship before being beaten by Arkansas.
Newton gets a big hand as he goes out. Meek will come back in.
He gets hugged. Played really well, Newton. Great effort. As Carolina runs their famed passing game. Look down to the post, you double up there, bring it back out.
And Wallace throws it away. Wide of McGinnis, the 4th turnover for North Carolina. So Dick, after after starting in a perfect mode where they could do no wrong. Right now the lead is down to 11 and Duke has the ball again.
And Duke has picked it up defensively. Rasheed Wallace coming out of a great high school program. Simon Gratz, 2-3 zone. Look for them a little trap out of this. Wing shot should be available on the wings against that 2-3.
And Duke has some good outside shooters.
Yeah, they really have shot the three pretty well this year. That's the one area they have done a pretty good job.
Capel hasn't been able to buy one. This one's knocked away out to Carolina.
Hey, how big is this game in the eyes of a lot of people? I was telling you, all the media guys are here. Larry Donald, Basketball Times, Dickie Weiss from out of the Daily News in New York, Skip Mislinski from out of Chicago, the Tribune, Mizell from out of Newsday in New York. I mean, they're all in town. This is a big one, baby.
Even with Duke 0-7 in the ACC.
It's still Duke in North Carolina, and nobody believes that team should be 0-7. I think people made an error. It should be 7-0.
Stackhouse down the lane. A lot of contact. No basket. Offense.
Frank Scagliano with the call.
That's 2 on Stackhouse, and Duke may have gotten a break on that one.
We're going to look at Jerry Stackhouse. Here he is against Cherokee Barnes. Tries to beat him with the step. And there is the charge. Eric Meek with that good rotation. Comes over, takes the charge.
Zwicker comes back in as Stackhouse picks up his second. Rasheed Wallace also has 2.
There's Eric Meek. He rotated over, had both feet planted. Stackhouse up in the air. Cherokee shoots that jumper, baby. And the end, nothing but nylon.
Cherokee Parks has 10. The lead is cut to 8.
And the Cameron Crazies are rocking and rolling. They're jumping with joy. They haven't had a whole lot to cheer about this year.
Stackhouse with a miss. The rebound to Meek. Here's Wojo.
There's
Price. Parks with a big, big rebound.
Take it out. Move the ball. Set some screens. It's a screen by Parks.
Wojo left alone. Didn't want it.
Step away from that screen. The screener becomes a dangerous player.
Try to trap Price.
What intensity. What electricity on that floor. You can feel it all the way up here, Mike.
Cape.
Oh, nice look.
Pass to Meek. Missed the shot.
Right left-hand tip by Meek on the interior. But a great look by Capel. And they're dancing, baby. They're dancing.
It's down to 6.
The Dukies are dancing. Oh, they are fired up. They're getting a little bit nervous down at the Dean Dome. They're watching on a big screen.
This is incredible.
You just knew they were going to make a run, though, Mike. You and I talked about it off the air, that they're going to make a little run. That's Duke basketball, baby. Defense.
Duke has scored 15 of the last 19 points. North Carolina. Dick, the defense has come up huge for Duke.
Watch this block shot right here. We're going to see the block right there by Meek. Now look at his buddy, the Surf Brothers from out of California. They said, go do it, baby. Cherokee and Meek, they hug. They came all the way from California out here to Durham, North Carolina.
Duke on a tremendous run. They were down 26-9 at the 11:40 mark, and boy, they looked dead.
I'll tell you, Mike, they picked it up defensively.
McGinnis, tough shot won't go. Zwicker with a follow won't go.
Carolina couldn't miss early in the game.
Parks. Stackhouse with a rebound. He's fouled by Capel.
Life in the ACC, there aren't any easy trips. No matter where you go, you better lace them up and come to play.
There have been a couple of trips down when Duke had a chance for big three-pointers that could have swung the momentum even more.
Well, Parks and Price, the one that Price missed wide open.
Yeah.
Number 22, Paris Landry, returns.
They miss Mike Krzyzewski, not to take anything away. He's the one kind of coach when you think about the Giants, the Bobby Knights, the Nolan Richardsons, John Thompsons, and all the super coaches. Take a look at the numbers here with Mike and with Al. They tell you the story. You look at the points per game. But in all fairness to Peter Gaudet, the competition got a little tougher playing in the ACC.
Absolutely.
Mike would be the first to say it. But he brings so many intangibles to the table.
Stackhouse missed the 1-and-1. Carolina has had trouble with
Oh, that's a great pass. He shouldn't have hesitated.
Parks with the basket and the foul.
Wojciechowski with the great bounce pass. He fed him perfectly down inside. This is the team hurting. Their fans are behind them. The cheerleaders are behind them. They're trying to get a little going here tonight. There's the bounce inside. There's the head fake. This is the kind of performance, if they can pull out a W, will give them a spark.
12 points for Parks. I can't tell you how many times in my life I've done games from this building. I've never heard it this loud, even when they had all the great teams.
They can't get any louder than this.
No.
Can't get any louder. We're up high. They're rocking. They're shaking our booth. I mean, they're shaking. I hope we're safe up here.
Parks' three-point play gives him 13, cuts the lead to 3.
Wojciechowski has been a spark, too. Kind of playing a little zone right now. Little matchup zone, dude. Not playing their typical man-to-man.
Shammond Williams and Pierce Landry, the backcourt with Williams.
Got to attack them. They're inexperienced. Even though Landry's been around a little while, hasn't played a lot.
Swickert nearly lost its shot clock at 6. Tipped out of bounds, shot clock at 5.
North Carolina gets away from its 5-man club, and its starting 5, Dean Smith's basketball team, is a different team. They become a good team as opposed to being a great team.
Absolutely.
Their starting 5 is sensational. Plays
Pierce
so well
Landry
together.
kicks it off to Shammond Williams with 1 on the shot clock. Over the backboard, out to Duke. Dick, you're right. The team that Dean Smith has on the field right now, there's only 2 guys who are going to score for him.
Exactly, and right now, Duke has got to take advantage. You got to credit these kids. I mean, these Blackos, these 1,400 SATers are going bananas. They're letting out all their frustration over the year here today, playing against the Blue from down at Chapel Hill.
Got Meek in the low post, Parks running the baseline.
What a college environment. Where's that 2-3 zone? Last night it was a Madison Square Garden. Nothing like this. This is college hoops, baby.
Wojciechowski with a miss. Williams with a rebound. Donald Williams, the last 10 games, has played beautifully.
Not forcing shots either, taking good shots.
Shammond Williams with a miss. Meek with another rebound. There's the young man who almost redshirted at the start of the year. He has 7 rebounds tonight.
Shammond Williams was recruited at the end by Kentucky with the Fork Union. Played some solid minutes against Clemson.
Ricky Price.
I can see his confidence starting to come back a little now. He knows he's got talent. They haven't seen the real Ricky Price the last 2 weeks here.
It's a 1-point game. The miss by Donald Williams and Price with a reach-in foul.
Hey, Mike, I can't believe it. I have to tell the truth. I was getting all my filler material ready to roll, baby. I thought it was filler time.
Dick, it was 26-9. There was no way to believe that Duke, as poorly as they played, and as with all the confidence they've lacked, would make any kind of a run, and yet here they are within 1 point.
Guts, heart, desire, sense of pride, not quitting, and playing an outstanding team down the road who's given a superb effort as well.
Pierce Landry has given this club some quality minutes this year. The 5'8" Kappa from Greensboro.
Great student. He can really stroke the ball as well. He's a product of that JV program where Roy Williams got his chance. He coached 10 years. A lot of schools don't have a program where they give an assistant a chance to call timeouts, and Roy is now one of the giants at Kansas in coaching.
Landry makes them both. The lead is back to 3 with 1:15 left in the half.
I'll tell you, whatever the lead is from this moment on, if you're Peter Gaudet, you got to be proud of the way these kids battled back. Patience and poise here. Oh, there's the skip pass.
Capel for 3. That was just won't go for him.
That was a great pass by Parks. Right over the top of the defense, the skip pass. The zone slides if you make that pass to the guy next to you.
Capel has had some good looks tonight.
He's a very streaky shooter. Is that really
Guinness and Landry. Landry comes up short in the lane, but has the presence of mind to tip it back outside to McGinnis.
The one thing happening for Dean Smith, that's a positive. He's getting some minutes out of guys like Williams and Landry to rest his starters for that second half. They're playing a lot of minutes this year.
North Carolina has gone the last 7 minutes without a field goal. They'll play for the last shot.
And can you believe it? They knocked down their first 9. You know, Mike, you think of their starters. When has Carolina ever had 5 guys averaging better than 30 minutes a game?
I can't remember.
Well, you got to go back to the year when Doherty and Jimmy Black and company with Michael Jordan, Perkins and Worthy, that club.
Tough shot by Calabria. Cable at the buzzer and nearly made a 35-foot three-pointer.
Well, they made it a game. They got a game here. We're going to have an exciting second half. The Dukies only down 5.
Tremendous comeback by the Blue Devils to cut it to 5 at halftime. Let's get down to John Neighbor. John, this is some atmosphere, isn't it?
No question about it. I'm down here, and I can honestly say Dick Vitale is not loud enough because of the noise that's going on the floor. When we come back during halftime, some more footage of other great games between these two rivalry teams. Welcome back. Second half action. Duke leads by 3. I'm standing next to Jerry Stackhouse's half-brother, Thomas Dawson. And Tom, did you play with your brother early in high school, and did he show that kind of flair back then?
Oh, yeah, back then, you know, Jerry's always been I've never been the player that he is now. I probably could shoot a little better, but jump like him, ain't no way.
Is Jerry the kind of player who will stay at UNC for 4 years, or is he going to go pro soon?
And that's something I don't know. That's a decision he'll have to make for himself.
What do you want him to do?
It all depends.
Well, enjoy the rest of the game. Great rivalry here, folks. Let's take a look.
All right, John, thanks. 14. I think we can just barely see the edge of the scoreboard. 14:39?
Looks like 14:39.
All right. You get a nosebleed up here.
We're up in a catbird seat up here, but it's fun. This is fun sitting.
This has been a tremendously well-played basketball game.
Especially the second half. It's been really the best I've seen thus far this year in terms of the environment, intensity, execution, shooting, ball movement.
Collins for 3.
Hey, that's what they need. Everybody is feeling it. It becomes contagious. When one guy steps it up, everybody else steps it up.
If they get Chris Collins shooting that way, they become so much more dangerous. As a freshman, he was draining.
Duke has done a pretty good job all year shooting a 3. Not certainly as well as North Carolina. We're looking at it tonight. 4 for 4 in the second half after 1 for 10. Remember this, North Carolina's second in the nation shooting the 3s. 44% for the year.
Duke's biggest lead, 52-46.
What a weapon, that three-point shot. You're not going to survive without it today.
McGinnis tries a tough pass. Here's Langdon back the other way. Collins.
Hey, Collins. Hey, Doug, you got to be happy. That's the real Chris Collins. That's the kid we know. That's the kid that was a star in high school who had some great moments last year. And I love his personality.
That could be a tremendous turning point in Chris Collins' young career at Duke. He hits the open 3 and then comes back and shows all the confidence in the world on that drive.
And he needs that mentally, psychologically as a player. He needs a lift, and there he is with that drive. Lays it on the glass, very simple. His dad was absolutely sensational.
The last foul was on Trajan Langdon, his second, the 6th team foul. And Wallace goes to the line, a 61% shooter. Even though Carolina's free throw numbers are still down, you can see they're getting better, especially in the second half they shoot better.
Especially late in the game, Mike. They got great technique. Right there you see Wallace. He's got perfect mechanics.
54-48, 13-42 to go.
One thing that's happened here tonight, Duke has shut down the three-point shot of Dante Calabria.
He's been extremely quiet.
Leads the nation in three-point shooting. He's not quiet. He's not quiet. He's right now smoking, baby. He's smoking. He's scintillating right now.
Trajan Langdon has 14, and Duke leads by 9, the biggest of the night. Wallace partially blocked by Newton, but he gets the foul.
They can't let this one slip away. They allowed one to slip away from Virginia with a 40-19 lead. In fact, they were up 23 in the second half on Virginia.
Dick, we were talking during the timeout. If Duke can win this game, it would give them such tremendous confidence boost. But if they play like this and end up losing to North Carolina, this could be devastating, especially coming off the game against Maryland.
Maryland, you lose 2 back-to-back like that. You know, you want no moral victories. You don't want a handshake tonight and say, you know what, great effort, guys. You played with a lot of heart. You were down 17. This is your living room floor. I'll tell you something. We really have seen the character of these kids tonight, Mike.
Ricky Price comes in for Langdon, who goes to the bench for a breather with 14 points. And he has been on fire in the second half.
He has spotted up really well, made a great drive.
Wallace makes it 57-50. Rashid with 16 big ones.
North Carolina can get a little fatigued right here, too, in terms of it's hot in this arena. You play those starters a lot of minutes.
He's got Pierce Landry on the floor right now trying to get one of the starters. And Ricky Price buries one.
I just can't believe that he has not been a better player than he has been. I know he had the ankle injury, but I saw him against Connecticut, and you could just see the special talent he possesses.
Maybe tonight is the night.
Could be the coming out party.
Calabria just can't get a shot.
And Price is right up in his face. That's one of the great strengths of North Carolina, shooting the three.
Nice drive by Stackhouse. The foul will be on Newton. That's his 4th, and Duke getting into some foul trouble inside. 4 on Newton. Meek went to the bench with 3.
They rotate 3 big players. There's Stackhouse, so tough to handle him. He's got the great body control, an exceptional driver. Kansas does a great job rotating 3 big people with Pollard, LaFrentz, and Ostertag.
Pete Gaudette will sit Newton down with his 4th foul at the 12:34 mark. And Meek will come back into play with his 3.
I know Mr. K got to be watching. He's got to be proud. This is Duke of old, playing with intensity, feeling, and confidence. He had the 3 freshmen, Mike, after their loss to Maryland. He had the 3 freshmen at his house, and very rarely, according to people who talked about basketball, they were there watching the Super Bowl, the conversation. Mike is a people guy. He's got a heart of gold.
Stackhouse misses the 2nd shot. He has 15 points.
You can
Price to Wojciechowski.
You can see even the bounce by Price. He's got so much confidence.
Collins. Meek kept it alive, but the rebound snatched down by Stackhouse.
He's got great hands.
Calabria with a runner. That's only his 2nd field goal tonight.
And he shows that I can also go to the basket. If you're going to take away my jump shot, I'm going to drive.
And he has not had a chance to shoot a 3-pointer. He's the best in the country.
Mike, you're right. I've been here so many times. This crowd is so explosive tonight. Tonight they have really stepped it up trying to support their people. As you look at Dante Calabria, his dad played at Iowa years ago.
Under 12 minutes to go. We'll be back to Durham in a moment.
Sees it to make
59-53, Duke over North Carolina. Remember, this game started with Carolina leading 26-9, and it looked for all the world like they would blow Duke out of their own building. Field goal shooting second half. Duke starting the second half the way Carolina started the first.
12 for 15, really on fire, executing. Look at this right here. Look what's at stake right now. Unbelievable. Haven't lost 4 straight to UNC since 1984. 4 straight at home since 76, 77. Oh, hey, I know that lady, Mike. I know that redhead.
The lovely Lorraine Vital.
Oh,
who,
wow.
Spending all these years for you, we have decided to nominate her for sainthood.
You got to do that, Mike. 23 years with me, living with a wacko like me on the road all the time. She has to be special.
11:51. Speaking of special, this game has been just that.
And that's not overselling it either. It really has.
This has been remarkable. Shot clock at 7. Here's a holding foul away from the ball. It's going to be on Pierce Landry.
North Carolina is really susceptible to being really taken when they go to that bench. They are limited in their personnel. Pat Sullivan would have been such a player for this team.
Parks had the 3. Good ball movement. Capel.
Jeff Capel's got to step it up here. Give a little help to Langdon and Collins, who really gave him a great lift.
First 2 for Jeff Capel, who averages 11.9. And he's averaged over 16 in ACC game. 3-pointer by Landry. Big shot for Carolina. to go in the game.
What a gutty comeback you missed here by the kids from Duke. A lot of character. They were down 17 early, but had no quit.
Parks for three. It's an air ball. Made the basket and he's fouled.
What a great hustle play. Unbelievable. Yes, they're going bananas here. The Dookie fans have been sensational, cheering their team on.
Chris Collins has hit 3 huge shots coming off the bench.
There's the missed shot. Here comes Collins with the left hand with the offensive rebound. Look at him now. Look at his enthusiasm, his spirit, his hugs. Don't tell these kids they're 0-7. Look at this. They're enjoying it. What an absolutely great night so far here.
Donald Williams gets the personal, his first, only the team's third in the second half.
I can't believe it, Mike. We are drenched. We are sweating. It's a sauna up here in the Catbird seat. But this has been so worth it. Both clubs have really played superbly here in the second half.
Collins, an 83% free throw shooter, missed the end of the three-point play. The lead is 7 as we approach 10 minutes.
Little two-man game. Zwikker and McGinnis.
Tough pass by McGinnis for Zwikker to handle. Parks.
Get it over to Capel. He's got to get going a little bit. They love it.
Capel had not scored the entire game. Now he has 5 points, and this is the biggest lead of the night.
The Cameron Crazies can't believe it. They think they're playing for a national championship tonight.
Calabria has not hit a three-pointer tonight. That was the first one he had a crack at.
This would be devastating if they were to lose this lead and lose here tonight.
Here's the steal by Price. 2-on-1.
Give it back to him. Give it back to him. There it goes. Two-man game. Up and away. Yes, sir. This is Duke basketball, baby. This is awesome.
I have never seen a team look as bad as Duke did at the start of this game. Ever. And come back and play like this. This is unbelievable.
I can't believe it. They can't believe it. You can't believe it.
For our
Nobody can believe
ESPN
it.
viewers, let's go back to the studio.
Oh, what a jam.
Wallace, what a follow.
Ram jam bam, Wallace.
Holy cow, Wallace has 18. Oh, when he gets within 3 feet of the basket, it's a disaster area for anybody else. He just cleans it out.
It's a tornado. It's a tornado. Cleaned it right away. Now you got to play intelligent basketball, but you don't want to get tentative if you do. There's so much time.
No, playing with confidence is what got him this far.
North Carolina's got to step it up defensively.
Shot clock at 7.
North Carolina has not played well defensively here in the second half.
Capel has to force it up. Won't go. Offensive rebound to Meek.
Back it out. Play intelligently.
And here is a foul on Calabria. Dick, I'll tell you one thing I wouldn't do. I would never isolate a man on McGinnis and tell him he's got to get his own shot at the end of the shot clock. McGinnis is not going to give you a shot.
Exactly. McGinnis is so tough on the basketball. He's been such a solid point guard. I'll tell you, Mike, there's something special about both schools. Whenever I go down to Carolina, Franklin Street, or you go to North Carolina, it's class with a capital C. You come here at Duke, you feel that same kind of electricity. The kids of both programs, they graduate. The coaches are first class. Everything about both schools really is solid gold.
1-4 set for Duke. Baseline jumper won't go. Parks with a rebound, maybe over the back. Cherokee Parks.
I'm surprised with that call by Frank Scagliotta because Duke Etzel had the good angle as the trail official on the left. Scagliotta came all the way from the other side of the floor. There's the little jump shot. Ricky Price misses it. There's Parks. And there's, see Duke Etzel now, he's staring. He's looking over at Scagliotta making the call. You see him right there?
Yeah.
He was right there. I think that's got to be his call.
That looked like a pretty good rebound on the replay. Of course, they don't have the advantage of it. That's 3 on Parks. And Stackhouse will go to the line.
And Frank is a heck of an official.
Stackhouse has hit 6 out of 8 from the line, 15 points. Playing out of position, really, for North Carolina at the power forward spot.
6'6", a real small forward.
Although he could play anywhere for me, I'll tell you.
Pat Sullivan, we talked about earlier, had that back surgery. He would have been such a key player for North Carolina with
second shot. Wojciechowski, Langdon with a rebound.
Two factors why Duke is winning right now. One, they've been able to negate the great three-point shooting of North Carolina. And two, they haven't allowed them to get to the free throw line that often.
Here's a foul on Wallace, his third. That's the 15th foul.
What super big people in this league. When you think of Joe Smith and Tim Duncan, who's only 18 years of age, Wallace, three big-time players in his sophomore class. And then you throw on veterans like Cherokee Parks.
Get it into Eric Meek, who may be playing the best game I've ever seen him play. Carolina throws it away, though. That's only the first turnover for Duke.
That's an excellent call right there. Duke Edsel with the excellent call on a charge by Stackhouse.
Dick, we have seen the Duke players drawing fouls tonight. That's one of the things they haven't been able to do all year.
And that's position defense. That means they're hustling to the spot. They're moving their feet. We take a look at it right here, Mike.
7:56 left to go in the game. The lead is 9. North Carolina is on a 17-6 run. They have cut the lead to 1 after Duke led it 68-56, returning the favor after Duke came back when they were down 26-9 at the start of the game.
And they've really created havoc with the pressure defensively. Here they are now face guarded on a throw to lob up front.
Stackhouse trying to get back on Parks.
Parks releases and gets the layup.
Cherokee has 20.
Against the full court pressure. Excellent maneuver by Duke.
And that came out of a timeout called by Pete Gannett.
Duke goes into his zone right now out of the timeout as well. With a little matchup, 2-3.
Calabria for his first three of the night, and it ties it.
Can't zone them. You cannot zone them. They got too many open shooters. Very difficult to zone this basketball team, Mike.
The country's top three-point shooter had missed his first two, had not looked good, but he buried that one to tie us at 76. Back after this. Tied at 76 with 3:46 to go. John Neighbor, have you ever seen anything like this?
Never once in my life. I got to admit, I haven't been to many men's college games since I got out of school. But those seats that those students were waiting for 2 weeks for, they're not using them. They're on their feet the whole time.
Hey, John, you're having such a great time down there. That means you're not going to take your check, right? Because you don't want any money for this. This is fun.
I'm having a ball.
Call up your friends, people. We got a dandy. 7 games in a row Duke has lost in the conference. They have not had a 10-loss season. I'm learning something. 24-10 and 84.
North Carolina in the last 6 minutes on a 20-8 run, capped by Dante Calabria's three-pointer.
And they've done it with their defense. Their defense has been outstanding in their traps, creating a lot of them. You got to spread the court.
They've got to get the ball to Cherokee Parks. He hasn't touched it down low forever.
Little screen and roll right here between Meek and Price. Reverse it, dump it in now. Dump it to Parks. He had good inside position, but they never looked inside.
Shot clock at 13.
Play a little two-man game. Parks and Cable, let your leaders take over.
Got the lob inside. Basket counts and the foul on Wallace. What a play by Meek.
Great catch by Meek. The senior makes the catch. You go to experience.
That's 4 on Rasheed Wallace.
There goes the pass by Cable over the top of the defense. Wallace doesn't have good inside position. Meek gets the score. Larry Rose says, count it, baby. There's another angle. There's the dump down. Wallace is beaten right now. Square your body. Kissing on the glass. Count it.
I was going to say from the one angle, I don't see how Wallace got the foul, but then you can see from the other angle, he got him with the hip.
Big three-point play by the Dukies.
79-76. 11 points and 10 rebounds for Meek.
Good ball by Peter Gaudette to get out of the zone and go man-to-man. They zoned it at one possession and Calabria burned him.
Parks is on Stackhouse. Meek's on Wallace. Parks came over to help, and he buried it anyway.
I'll tell you, he's got that acrobatic jump shot. He's so agile. A little turnaround J on a baseline.
Wallace has 22. The lead cut to 1.
Like it's only fitting that it's going to come down to the wire
up his dribble.
Oh, nice reversal.
Three-pointer by Capel. Nice rebound by Stackhouse.
See a big-time rebounder. He's got the great hands. He really attacks the basketball. So many weapons, North Carolina. Oh, there's a hold inside. Yes, sir. Good call. Excellent call by Frank Scagliano.
And Eric Meek has fouled out of the ballgame for the 5th time this year.
Yeah, he really was working inside against Wallace and made contact. What a super night for Meek. They ought to give him a standing ovation. His effort tonight, his enthusiasm, his energy. Played with great enthusiasm.
He's pleading his case to Frank Scagliano.
Too late. He's trying to be a lawyer. He's trying to be a lawyer. It's too late right now. Got to go to the sideline.
11 points, 10 rebounds. Tremendous night. A lot of hustle for Eric Meek. So Newton will come back out with 4 fouls. Listen to the hand from Meek.
Yes, sir. He gets a standing ovation. He gets a hug from Newton. Newton reports in. That's it. Doesn't got to report in. Meek says, you know, we can't lose now. We got to maintain this. We got to win.
Wallace goes to the line where he is 4 out of 5 tonight. 22 points.
It's Bielak's time. If you're Peter Cadet right now, you haven't been through it as much as a Dean Smith. That stomach is churning. It is absolutely clawing. His nails. He's biting his nails. Look at this, 80% on the line tonight.
And in a most hostile environment at that.
I think they really relish coming here now. I really do. I think it's like so exciting to be able to get in the bus and go 8 miles down the road and play here.
Tied at 79. Calabria tries to save it, but threw it off of Stackhouse.
These programs have such respect for each other. And this man, you talk about a Hall of Famer with class.
Oh, wait a minute. The ball's going to Carolina. Somebody must have reached a hand in for Duke to touch it.
Oh, he threw
Got it off of Newton.
Yes, sir. He got it off Newton's knee.
Heck of a play by Calabria.
Calabria makes little things like that. That's what leads to getting to the victory.
Tied at 79.
You got to attack Newton right now, don't you? Would Wallace take advantage of his experience?
I would think so.
I'd go inside
Clearing it out for him.
I'd go to Wallace. I would go to Wallace. I'd say, Rasheed, take me home, big fella. Take me home. Take me home, big fella.
Last time Carolina led, it was 38-37. Wow. They're up 81-79.
This is the best game that I've been part of all year. There has not been another game like this in terms of the excitement, the adrenaline, the electricity, the spirit.
106 to go. Wojciechowski for 3.
Not the shot.
Parks.
What a play by Wallace for Wojciechowski. Comes back, foul.
What a play by Rasheed Wallace.
Not the shot you wanted out of Wojciechowski.
Absolutely not.
He's not a long-range shooter. He's got to take advantage there of getting the ball inside the Parks or to one of their experienced players. Parks tries to come up with the offensive rebound, but Wallace with the great block.
Excellent timing by Rasheed Wallace.
See, that's what young kids will do. Not the former kid like Wojciechowski. He'll learn. I mean, this is how you learn. He's a freshman playing in this environment. The intensity at this level versus the high school level is night and day.
Wallace for 2 very big shots. He's hit 6 of 8.
When I talk intensity, Mike, I'm not just talking about playing hard. Certainly they play hard on a high school level. I'm talking about a situation in terms of the talent you're competing against. Look at the sweat, the perspiration. Peter Gardell, there he is, coaching his heart out, trying to plead and beg.
Wallace missed them both, but Stackhouse saved it.
Carolina coming up with the loose ball. They pulled out a win against Wake Forest. Will they get another one on the road?
And how many times over the years have you seen North Carolina with a missed free throw? Somebody tips it and they keep possession. They are masters at the end of the game. People always say how lucky North Carolina is. Lucky is when you are so good and so prepared that things go your way all the time. That isn't luck. Not all the time.
There's a saying, Mike, you use it on a motivational tour and speaking. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. If one is prepared for the opportunity, they take advantage of it. And that's been the history of Tar Heel basketball, because the man sitting right there, Michelangelo, has been a genius through his career in getting these people to believe they can win.
All right, there's 46 seconds on the game clock, 27 on the shot clock. How far down do you take it? Do you take the first good shot you have?
I think you take the first good shot if it's a real good shot, but you certainly don't want to run it down to its entirety. Oh, Mike, I mean, it's unbelievable, this situation.
Two huge swings in this game. Remember, North Carolina started with a 26-9 lead. Duke came back, went out to their own big lead, and now North Carolina has come back to catch and pass them.
Well, North Carolina right now is certainly going to use that clock.
McGinnis guarded by Wojciechowski. They're in no hurry. Parks is on Wallace.
With the lead now, you're not going to take just the first open shot. You're going to use time. You're going to take time off that clock.
Shot clock at 5. Stackhouse. Whoa, what a block. Calabria got it back and shot it.
They got a foul here.
Foul on Stackhouse.
We got 15 ticks on the clock.
And I wonder why Calabria takes that shot.
Exactly.
If he brings it back out, they don't have to shoot.
Exactly. Don't need the shot. Right here is change of direction. There's a great block by Parks. What a finish. Here's Calabria. He does not have to shoot that ball. And there's the wow. What contact? They call the contact on Stackhouse, putting Parks on the line. Where did you see that?
I don't know that on Rasheed Wallace, and that's his 5th.
Mike, we're so high up here in the catbird seat. I mean, I couldn't tell what happened in that sequence.
Parks will go to the line.
I didn't see a foul on Parks, I can tell you that, but the bottom line, he is there.
Number 45, Serge Sweater.
He's hit 2 out of 2 from the line. 20 points for Cherokee Parks. If he makes them both, it's tied with 19 seconds left.
I think Calabria didn't need to shoot that basketball.
If he brings it out,
Yeah,
Duke has to foul.
Duke has to foul. Now if you're Duke, if you can get somehow this to even overtime with Rasheed out of the game, got an advantage.
78% free throw shooter is Cherokee Parks.
Two things you got to be careful of if you're Duke. Certainly North Carolina is going to take it right down to the last 3 or 4 seconds, and then hope if the miss to get an offensive rebound. Donald Williams, the clutch late game shooter, and you got to watch Jerry Stackhouse on the offensive board.
Tied at 81.
You got to watch Stackhouse with the missed shot, but you got to be careful. Donald Williams wants the ball late in the game. He's got a freshman playing him, Langdon.
8 seconds.
Penetration, spinning the leg. McGinnis.
Basketball, 1 second. Overtime.
We're going on two. That's the way it's supposed to be. One time you and I had a game, I said, let it go 3 overtimes, 5. I want this to go all night until I have to make my flight tomorrow at 6 in the morning. Let's stay here, baby. Wow, this is the way it's supposed to be.
And one of the big factors in overtime will be Rasheed Wallace has fouled out of the ballgame.
Oh, Mike, this is incredible.
We'll be back with overtime, at least the first one, in a moment. Tied at 81. Before we get to overtime, we want to show you the play where Rasheed Wallace was fouled out of the game. All we can see is contact by Stackhouse, 42.
There's Cherokee, there's Stackhouse. Wallace is in the lane, number 30.
Wallace is behind. The only thing he could have done was, well before this, was a little push, but it was a long time between if that happened and the whistle.
That had to happen, Mike. That was probably the call, because Rasheed didn't even really, he didn't moan and groan about it that much either.
And you don't have to really hit somebody hard in the back either. An official sees you push in the back, he calls it. Duke, 3 of 5 overtime wins against Carolina. And they'll jump this one again.
I'll tell you, you're Duke right now at Vita Gaudet. You're thinking of 0-7. You're thinking of the double OT loss at home to Virginia. And you're saying, can it just go our way one time?
The other thing you're thinking, wouldn't this be sweet?
Now you got to think about Parks and Zwikker. You got to think about the experience and go to Cherokee.
Parks for three. Zwikker with a rebound. If Mike Krzyzewski is watching this game, I bet the adrenaline has almost cured his back.
I hope it does cure him. We got to get him back in the arena.
Stackhouse lost it on the way up. The rebound to Newt.
Now you got to be patient. Now you got to have poise, and you got to make sure your number 1 and 2 options shoot the ball. Who are they here? Well, certainly one is Cherokee Parks.
Here he is at the baseline against Zwikker. Shot clock at 15.
Langdon's a guy that I would look for some shots. Very capable. Has had a strong second half. Langdon, there it is. They ran a double screen, but they got over the top.
Capel has to force the three. Zwikker with another rebound.
Zwikker doing a good job here.
7 rebounds tonight, Dick.
Getting good position.
2 poor offensive trips down court for Duke, I think. Williams, basket counts and the foul on Langdon.
That's exactly the same kind of shot he made to beat Wake Forest. He has that leader where he slides and glides. Donald Williams likes to make the big shot. Boy, certain players just have that ability. Scotty Thurman has it, but Nolan Richardson, Michael Williams in Massachusetts, Randolph Childress down at Wake Forest.
And look how he creates the contact.
Yeah, he does.
Draws the foul.
He leads his body in really exceptionally well. He's done a great job accepting the fact that he's like a third option to Stackhouse and Wallace.
60% free throw shooter, but he's hit all 3 tonight and has 20. The lead is 3 in overtime for Carolina.
What a third option to have.
Landry will come in for defense, and Williams will sit down. Collins is in for Duke.
North Carolina's going to go to a scramble again. Scramble, you don't want to pick up that dribble.
Capel picked up the dribble. He did it near the end of regulation. It's a cardinal sin against the draft.
He also not only picks up the dribble, Mike, he puts his head down, and therefore he loses sight and doesn't have vision for anybody posting up. You young kids,
it's something you just can't do.
Exactly. That's a no-no for backcourt people. You don't want to pick. See right here. Now he picks up his dribble. Now there's the trap. Now he looks down, and there's the strip by Calabria. Other people got to step to the wall, too, to reduce the passing lane and distance. You got to step to the basketball.
Calabria hits the first. He has 8 points. Hits the second. He has 9. And the lead has grown to 5. Big possession here for Duke.
Watch the trap now. Calabria's going to come. There comes Calabria scrambling. You got to reverse the ball.
Capel picked up his dribble again. Nearly threw it away.
Not smooth at all against the double team.
Capel goes baseline, forced up the shot. Not a good series for Jeff Capel.
Not at all. Jerry Stackhouse with a smart play, bringing the ball out. Davey Odom says he's the best 94-feet player in the ACC. He's a great open court player, a transition player.
You can feel the momentum slipping away from the Blue Devils.
Yeah.
2:57 to go.
Uncle Mo is now on his side to the guys down there in Chapel Hill.
Carolina works the clock, the shot clock at 8.
There's a screen up on top by Zwikker.
McGinnis with a double clutch. Tough shot.
Big time shot by McGinnis and Williams. They got to get a score here. This possession is mandatory. They get a score. And somehow you got to set some screens for Parks.
Collins is a good 3-point shooter. At least he has been in the past. Capel nearly lost it. Calabria all over. Got him to the baseline. Collins for 3. Won't go. McGinnis with a rebound.
That really hurts in that possession.
And now Carolina will milk the clock.
Duke's got to go to some traps now. They got to really start pressuring the basketball. They look fatigued. Look at Capel, hands on the knees.
Yeah.
What an effort these kids have exerted tonight. You talk about Heartbreak Hotel. A loss here would be devastating. I mean, devastating.
They
that program.
They didn't leave anything in the lunchbox tonight. Shot clock at 5 for Calabria. Just got it off, and Stackhouse put it in just before the buzzer. He has 25. The lead is 9.
I think you got to get a timeout, Mike. You got to think about threes, but you got to get a timeout. No, he knocks it down. Finally, Parks gets one, and they get the timeout.
Parks hits the three. He has 25. The lead cut to 6, but there's only 1:24 to go in overtime. And right now, Carolina is in command. We're in overtime in Durham, North Carolina. 1:24 to go. 90-84 North Carolina. A lot of individual stars tonight. Some people have really stepped up big. Let's take a look at some of the individual scoring. Wallace, who's fouled out, and Stackhouse have 25. Parks has 25. Langdon has come through with 14 for Duke. And right now, the Blue Devils have to play some defense.
Well, the difference here in the overtime has been decision-making. Really making solid decisions with each possession. North Carolina has excelled in that area, getting high percentage shots. Duke has really struggled.
Duke gets an F.
They really do.
The decision they've made.
Yeah, they get an F in the last couple of trips, without a doubt. Hey, we're going to play right now. Dr. Patrick, Professor Patrick. Yeah, you're a professor, the prof.
Stackhouse double team.
Yeah, they split the court, trying to limit it, double up, get some good spacing.
McGinnis gets it to Williams. Only 1:14 to go in the game.
Got to think about fouling. You can't just play around here, let him take so much time down. You got to think about fouling. Trade 3 for 2. You got to go after him.
16 seconds on the shot clock.
1 minute.
I don't understand. Let him just kill all his time, Mike.
I don't either, but you can't foul now. It's down to 6.
Not now.
Williams for 3. Landry with a rebound.
Get a new shot clock.
Now you've got to foul.
You got to go after the ball. You got to go after the ball. That's spreading the floor.
Duke wasting a lot of times, and you make Cherokee Parks come out and commit his 4th.
Number 44.
16-1. They don't have depth. We talk about it, but they're 16-1 North Carolina. Chance to be 17-1. One loss over in Wolfpack country. Played without one of their starters.
Dean Smith using his offensive defensive substitutions. Zwicker comes in. Williams goes out. Landry goes to the line. North Carolina with a win tonight with time. Maryland at 7-1. Maryland's only loss was to North Carolina in Chapel Hill.
And Gary Williams keeps running back and forth to the kitchen. He keeps looking at the score. He says, come on, Dukies, help us out a little.
Gary has a great basketball team up there and a great player in Joe Smith and a lot of other guys who can really play this game.
Yeah, they really do. They're not just a one-man team.
No, sir.
They're very athletic. They play together. Simpkins and Booth and Rhodes and that whole gang.
92-84. Duke needs threes, and Capel can't afford to take his time.
Screen and step back. Parks is shooting.
Price, he was on the line. It's a 2. And they call timeout with 29 seconds to go.
You know, several years ago, you called a timeout because you want to stop the clock. The clock stops in the last minute of the game. People say, well, why the timeout? The timeout is to be able to set up the defense, to go into a defensive alignment.
Dick, I really think it was a mistake for Duke to let that almost the entire 35-second shot clock run off on that last possession.
Oh, without a doubt. No doubt about that. That was just poor judgment there. Also poor judgment offensively early in the overtime, where North Carolina had exceptional judgment with the play by Donald Williams, the play by Calabria into Stackhouse.
Of course, this is something you might expect out of a team like North Carolina and a young team like Duke making those kind of decisions.
Exactly, but think about Heartbreak Hotel. They lose tonight, Mike. They're 0-8. Think a double overtime loss to Virginia. Overtime loss possibly here. 2-pointer to Maryland. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Listen.
Duke has got to go for the foul, and they do. Capel immediately with 28 seconds to go.
You got to really reach out to the Carolina kids. I mean, they could have folded here late in this game, but that's not part of their game. And there's a look at Peter Gaudette and his staff, Michael Bray, Tommy Amaker.
I told Tommy Amaker before the game, I said, you guys just got to hang in there. Everybody knows you know what you're doing.
Exactly. I mean, all 3 guys have a solid basketball background. This guy has a solid background, too.
Calabria hits the first. He's 3 for 3 from the line. Dante with 10 points.
I don't know about fatigue, Mike, but I'm fatigued right now, and I haven't played. I'm drenched. I'm up here in the catbird seat, and these kids must be so exhausted.
Williams comes back in 93-86. It is a 3-possession game, and look at Carolina on the line with the free throw.
It's an unbelievable night here tonight. Capel, but it's not screen. Kick it back out to the screener.
The 3 hits for Langdon. Only 16 seconds to go. Trajan has 17 points tonight. And the foul on Price.
Some of the young kids at Duke don't really have talent. You think of Ricky Price and Langdon. They're going to be really solid players ultimately. The bottom line is, though, they lose guys like Parks and Meek, and that's not going to be easy to replace.
I thought you made a great point earlier. As hard and as well as Cherokee Parks has played all year, you have to feel for him that he's not getting the support around him.
He's so used to winning, so acclimated to getting into the winner's circle. And all the success they've had here at Duke.
5 points for McGinnis, his first free throw. Big assist night for Jeff McGinnis. He has 10 coming off a career-high 13 against Florida State.
You know, you mentioned Cherokee Parks. I know his stock has gone up and up with a lot of NBA people from where it was in the past. This crowd deserves a hand, too, Mike. They were unbelievable here today. This crowd
down the lane, basket counts, and the foul. Mistake by Landry to step in.
You don't want that foul right there. Now, if you're Duke, you got to get into a real tough defensive alignment and try to force a turnover like Carolina did. There's the foul. Carolina against Wake Forest, they forced the turnover on the inbounds of the basketball.
It's exactly the same situation we have. If Capel can make the free throw, it cuts it to 3.
5-second turnover.
And then you sell out on the inbounds play.
Absolutely. You lock up on every guy on the floor.
Capel with 13 points, 4 out of 4 from the stripe. 5 out of 5. Now they have to get the steal.
You gotta lock up. You got a face guard. Oh, they did a great job there.
They foul Zwicker with 4 seconds to go.
Remember, 3-point shot. If he can miss the free throws, they get a shot and look at the goal.
And Serge is one of the guys you'd look to foul, a 61% free throw shooter.
Who doesn't play often as in a pressure situation like this. I think this crowd needs to be applauded and saluted. Their effort tonight, the crowd, has been fantastic. Let's salute the Dukies. Let's salute these kids.
Couldn't agree with you more. It is a 2-shot foul. Zwicker, who has 7 rebounds tonight, has not scored. If he makes either one, it's over.
He makes one, it's history.
But if he doesn't,
we got a shot for another OT. And I want another OT.
I wouldn't mind.
I want another OT. I'm greedy. I'm not against you, Serge, but I want to work. I don't want this game. I don't want a game. Serge, I'm not against you at all, but I just like this game. I would like to watch Carolina Duke play for 2 weeks straight.
Dean Smith calls it timeout. He wants to talk about it. Let's us talk about it. With only 4 seconds left, if you miss the free throw, I mean, all you can do is take it and throw it down court, right?
Well, basically, remember this, Mike. The clock doesn't start, people, until the ball touches the hand of a player. I think the timeout now, I think the timeout now starts in a situation where they get a chance right now, Duke, to set up a shot. The clock does not start.
No, we got the 1 free throw left.
Oh, yeah, still got the free throw.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So if he misses, all you can do is toss it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, if he misses the free throw. You got to grab the ball. Exactly. You're talking about the miss. I thought you meant the made. I'm sorry. The heat has got to me. The heat has got to me.
No, if he makes it, it doesn't matter what they do.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Boy, this is going to be a heartbreaker, especially for Duke if they lose this one. The way they have played tonight, being 0-7 in the conference and all the other things that have gone around this team. But what a win it would be for Carolina.
Incredible. The fact that they go win 2 in a row on a road. So the scenario again right here. Mike is active. Number 1, if he makes the free throw, it's academic because there's no way that Duke can win. You'd have to come up with a genius play of somehow or dumb play and follow the 3-point shooter.
And this would be
a miss. The clock starts going, and it could be very, very difficult to get a good look.
This would be the 4th straight win for Carolina in the series. The 4th straight loss for Duke at home.
Number 15, Jamal Williams, back in for the Cardinals.
Haven't said that in a decade.
That's incredible.
So Zwicker goes back to the line.
See what Duke is doing? They're putting 2 guys on the wings. If I'm North Carolina, I match up with those 2 guys and don't give them a good look if Parks grabs this rebound. See North Carolina? You got to match up on the wings. You don't want the ball to be thrown over the top. Collins capable. There's the miss.
Missed it.
You got the
They
look.
got a chance.
He lets it fly. Oh! I can't believe it! I can't believe it! Can you believe this? Can you believe this? Oh, I want to stay here all night. I want to stay all night. I don't want to leave with these Cameron crazy. I'm out, Mike. I'm out. I have nothing left. I'm physically, emotionally, mentally drained. I'm whacked out.
Jeff Capel seemed to save all of his bad plays for the overtime. He picked up his dribble a couple of times. He took a bad shot. He didn't make good decisions. But they'll forgive him for anything. Watch this one more time.
Here he goes. Oh, how sweet it is. The running one-hander. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Tickle the twine, Mr. Capel.
Jeff Capel has 17 points. That's his second three-pointer of the night. And probably the biggest shot he's ever made in his entire life at any level.
Especially because of their seed, because of where they're at with 7 losses in a row. So now they get another 5 minutes and a chance for a W. Oh, what a moment.
Holy cow.
Oh, Mike, what a moment. What a night. I've been around basketball many a year, and I haven't been in an environment like this where it's just it's sensational all night.
Remember when we said during a timeout, we don't want it to end with a whimper?
I know.
It's not going to.
Oh. Dean Smith so poised on that sideline.
I'll make you a prediction right now. One more overtime. It's the best game we've ever seen.
Oh, Mike, I mean, in all the years I've been around, so dramatic. What's at stake for the Dukies? Look at the
It's
smile.
almost impossible to put this into words if you have not been watching this game all night with us. This has been marvelous.
Billy Crystal, marvelous. Marvelous. Oh, these Dukie fans have been marvelous. I thought that Dean Smith made a great decision in his alignment with his players. They weren't able to throw the ball over the top. Kept the ball in front of him. He just makes a dramatic shot. This is for Coach K, they say. For Coach K. They want this one for Coach K, baby.
It has never been louder in here, ever.
I just want a great game. Whoever wins, hats off to them. But what a just great moment to be here.
Second overtime. McGinnis takes a deep breath and brings it up against Capel.
And we take a deep breath.
We're out of air up here.
Oh,
Stackhouse against Price. Nice defense by Price. Ricky Price may be that forward, that wing guy that they've needed so badly.
I'd play him 35 minutes a night, Mike. Sink or swim with him. Let him get experience.
Parks double team, knocked out of bounds by McGinnis.
Important right now for Duke to establish good tempo early in the overtime. North Carolina took charge in that first overtime.
And I still don't believe how Duke got back. There's no way. There's no way a couple of different times tonight.
The magic of the three-point shot. You can't survive without it.
Capel with a runner at one go. Swicker with another rebound.
He's having a big night rebounding, but came up empty on his 2 free throws. Tough situation for a kid that doesn't have a lot of minutes.
Oh, he's played very well. Here's the drive by McGinnis. He's fouled.
I respect anybody that plays hard. Like, you lace them up. The first commandment of competition is thou shalt play hard. And Serge Swicker could never be accused of not giving a supreme effort.
You're right. That's 5 on Jeff Capel. He will get a standing ovation when he leaves. The man who sent it into double overtime. 17 points, 5 assists, and the shot of his life. The good news for Duke about this, they've got a lot of guards who can play.
Yeah, they do. They're bowing down. Everybody's bowing down to him. All the media giants that arrived here tonight certainly being thrilled. They're from all over. The Daily News, Chicago Tribune, Basketball Times, Newsweek.
Well, if any of them didn't like
most exciting sporting event of them all, college hoops. I mean, there's absolutely nothing more exciting in terms of the pageantry, the enthusiasm, the spirit, the cheerleaders, the fans.
McGinnis has 6. Carolina leads by 1. Missed the second free throw.
Right now, if you're Duke, use some time, make some passes. Try to make them have to exert themselves defensively. They're in a man-to-man, a 1-2-2 set.
Again, when's the last time they got it to Cherokee Parks down low? Newton with a fall-away jump.
Cherokee's got to really assert himself, stepping up to the basketball and wanting the ball late in the game. And if you're right now North Carolina, you got to think about maybe getting a shot from Calabria. He hasn't had a shot for a 3. Lay a screen on Price.
This is McGinnis working against Wojciechowski. Off-balance jumper. Won't go. Kept alive. Calabria had it and saves it.
And I'll tell you one thing. Dante Calabria is one tough competitor.
He's an excellent rebounder and he's very smart.
You're talking about a 6'4" player playing the wing. Really a guard.
2:57 to go in the game. North Carolina by 1 over Duke in the second overtime.
Donald Williams, a guy to look for some shots for.
Shot clock at 9.
Trying to go a little one-on-one, strip him off the dribble.
Oh, he got away with a push-off and hit the jumper.
I'll tell you, certain players just rise. Certain players just really stepping up. Look at Wallace. He says, I enjoy this. But Coach Smith says, you know what, Rasheed? I don't need another assistant coach. I need a player. Why don't you foul out?
22 for Donald Williams.
Saying if you didn't foul out, we'd probably be home with a W by now. That is a double stack down low. They'll pop somebody out off the double stack to the baseline. There it is.
Possession here. Parks for 3.
Popped them out off the double stack. Have a wide open shot.
Another rebound for Pierce Landry.
See, Ron Parks now, he's been playing on a perimeter, go inside and try to seal a post and take advantage of your experience.
1:54 to go in the game as Duke falls behind the way they did in the first overtime. And North Carolina wants a timeout to talk about. We've got a timeout. Under 2 minutes to go in the second half.
Play right away. Hit the ward and go.
Jerry Stackhouse coming in the game right now, got a little rest. Dean Smith communicating with Frank Scagliata.
Well, yeah, I guess it was one of those short timeouts. And we're back in action. Each team has 1 left. Shot clock is at 17.
Stackhouse should be fresh now, had a little rest. You would think about having him attack Newton once some time. Get it over to Stackhouse for a little one-on-one.
Shot clock at 5.
Oh, nice
Good defense. That should be a jump ball situation. No, it comes out.
Don't have to panic. Don't have to think 3 right away. Get the high percentage shot.
Langdon for 3. Hit it.
He says, why not? Let me go for the trifecta. They've always had to come from behind in OT.
Trajan Langdon with 20 that ties his career high.
North Carolina going to spread the court a little bit. Try to utilize some dribble penetration and maybe a dish for the high percentage shot.
How about 3 overtimes, Dick?
Why not? Let's go for it.
Huge shot by Donald Williams and then the steal underneath by McGinnis.
Oh, what a play on the inbounds of the basketball. What a play right there by North Carolina.
Incredible play by McGinnis. They haven't put it up on the scoreboard yet.
They're shocked. They didn't see it. Nobody saw it.
102.98, not 198. Price. Now they changed the scoreboard. It's a 2-point game with 36 seconds to go. You have to foul.
Yeah, you got to come after the basketball. You got to try a hard trap. Can't pop it out. You got to make them go to the line.
Duke again, letting them take time off the clock.
You got to go after them. You got to go after them.
I don't believe this.
I don't either. There comes the trap. Oh, there's the steal.
The players never saw the bench signaling for a foul.
They don't want the timeout. They're going right for the score. Go for the tire to win.
Wojciechowski.
such respect, both programs, Mike. Oh, what an unbelievable night. Oh, what a night. There's the Hogs. Look at that. Look at the Hogs. Jacob McGinnis. Look at the Hogs here. The respect. A standing ovation by the crowd for both teams.
Dick, I think the bottom line is this had to be, for all the things that were involved in it, one of the most magnificent games we've ever had the privilege to see.
Oh, what a night. And again, Donald Williams, one big shot after another, but the steal by McGinnis was a backbreaker. There's Wallace with the Hogs. That's respect. That is respect.
That's the final 102-100 North Carolina over Duke in double overtime. For John Neighbor, Dick Vitale, this is Mike Patrick. Thanks for watching, everybody.